Welcome back to the Hit Show podcast. We're live tonight. We're going to talk about sexless relationships. I'm about to wait for my guys to come in. I want everybody to share this video. All right. So give me 1 second. I'm going to add my guys in. You know, my main man, this is his topic, but I wanted to speak with him about it. My man Cyan the Madman, and y'all know Chef Darius Jackson, 1/3 of the Hit Show podcast. I'm gonna be live with him tonight. We all gonna be live tonight talking about this topic. Just so you guys know, I am 1/3 of the Hit Show podcast. We are on Facebook. We are also on YouTube, Hit Show Podcast. We are looking to podcast with other podcasters. Now, this year, one of our goals is to pretty much network with other podcasters and talk about different topics and subjects. We go live on Facebook, YouTube. We have Twitter. We have pretty much every social media site. We just started going live about a month ago on TikTok. Okay, so y'all give me a second. We're going to get this live going. All right, give me 1 second. Everybody watching, leave a comment. Okay, so y'all see the topic. We're going to talk about sexless relationships tonight. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. Sexless relationships. So that is the main topic of tonight. If you've been watching the Hit Show podcast on TikTok, we do skits. We write and produce our own skits. So be looking for that on our page. We have a few uploaded now. We're in the works of doing more. We're also looking to network with different comedians. If you do skits, whatever you do, musicians, we do it all. We're just looking to network with other people. All right, y'all, give me 1 second. With you. I don't, give me 1 second, y'all. I don't even know why this shit exists. It's pretty stupid to me. So, give me 1 second. Waiting on my guys to come in. Make sure y'all share this video. The sexless relationships. But I'm going to start off. I'm still waiting on my guys to come in. Load this to YouTube. So, we're going to be live tonight. So tell me what y'all think about these sexless relationships. Leave a comment. Because I'm going to tell you guys from my perspective that to me it's pointless. It's 100% pointless to me to be in a relationship without sex. I know a lot of women are going to disagree. So to me, that's like buying a new car, but I can't drive if you're going to sit in the driveway. It's like, it's just a waste. You know, men get in relationships for sex. So just so y'all know, that's why we do it, the access to have more sex. That's why men get into relationships. So for y'all that don't understand that, ladies, let me ask you a question. Would you get in a relationship if the man says, you know what, we're gonna get in a relationship, but I'm gonna be a non-provider? Would you date a man or be in a relationship with a man that says, you know what, we're gonna be in a relationship, but I'm gonna be a non-provider? Does that make any sense? You know, because y'all wouldn't date half these men if they weren't able to provide. So I don't know where the sexless relationship stuff is coming from. It makes no sense to me. Absolutely none at all. So y'all like this, man. Y'all make sure y'all like this video. Like, hit the hearts, like this video, hit show podcast. But I don't know who, well, I know who, but I don't know why. I know who, but I don't know why. Why is there sexless relationship? I want to know why. Why? Why? What is the actual point of a sexless relationship? Please share this video. Why do women have sexless relationships? I'm going to tell you why. When women cut off sex, they are gaining power and control because they know if they withhold that, whatever they're trying to conquer out of you, they're going to get it, and that's their power, is withholding sex. They know that. We want sex from them, so, okay, well, I'm going to withhold my sex to get what I want out of you because I'm not getting what I want. And that's when the relationship is going to go left. No straight man on this earth wants a sexless relationship. That makes absolutely no sense. If you think your relationship is going good in a sexless relationship, that man is probably cheating, getting it somewhere else. Especially if he's providing and taking care of stuff. That's just pointless for men to be in a sexual relationship, especially if he's providing. That makes absolutely no sense at all. I don't know any straight men that want a sexless relationship. It's pointless. I mean, who wants to be in a relationship with somebody that you're attracted to and have no sex? I'm not saying you have sex every day, but who wants a sexless relationship? Might as well be single. I can have no sex being by myself. I'm not about to be with somebody every day and not having no sex. That's pointless. We might as well be roommates. You got your room, I got mine. We split the bill. It just don't make sense to me. Tell me what y'all think about this. Y'all share and like this video. Okay, we're going to make this video go viral tonight. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make this video go crazy tonight. I'm still waiting on the guys because I got to hear what they got to say. Even if I got to do another live tonight. Even if I got to do another one. Huh? We're going to keep liking this video. Y'all keep liking this video. Thank you for the likes. Whoever sent me likes. Hello, ladies. How y'all doing? I would like to talk to some of y'all. Can I add somebody in? Can I add you in? Would you like to be added in? Who's watching? Would you like to be added into the live? I need some ladies in here to talk to. Not just men. We got men in here. But I need some ladies. So, for all the men that's watching, comment below. Would you enter a sexless relationship? I got to ask. Because to me, it just don't make sense. It don't. I mean, I understand getting to know one another. So if you're like pre-dating and you're not having sex, is understanding. Getting to know the person, building chemistry. Find out each other's likes, dislikes. That means a lot. But once you enter a relationship, full relationship, what's the point of ending the sex? That makes no sense. We all have needs, men and women. And women don't think any straight man is okay in a sexless relationship. If he's telling you it's okay, he's probably cheating. Just give me a little bit of game. So all you ladies that's in a sexless relationship, walking around the house all happy and, you know, my relationship's going good. Yeah, it's going good. You think it's going good, but he out there tapping something else. Okay, I'm just giving y'all some game. We gotta get these likes up. I want y'all to share this video. That's what I want y'all to do right now. Share this video. Like this video. Comment. Tell me what you think about these sexless relationships. Y'all tell me. Well, it's another thing I'm going to say. In relationships, women control the relationship. They got all the things they have for their relationships. Happy wife, happy life. Women make that stuff up. Sexless relationships. What man on earth that's straight that has a woman go say, I want to be in a sexless relationship? That is the point of us getting into a relationship, to have access to more sex. I'm just being honest with y'all. But let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up, comment, share this video. We got to talk about this tonight. I'm not understanding this logic of sexless relationships. This got to be for women over like 35%, because younger women are very high in sex. They have a high sex drive. Under 30 women, they ain't doing these sexless relationships. So I don't know where this must be like a 40 and over thing or something, because I have no clue about a sexless relationship. I've never been in one, and if they trying to get me into one of them, you're gonna be in a relationship by yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about it. So, hey, it is what it is. You know. Still waiting on the guys. I'm live by myself. Leave a comment watching. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Will, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I got a good topic. My friend was talking about this, right? My name's James. I'm 1/3 of the Hit Show podcast, and I had a friend podcasting on sexless relationships, right?
Oh, Lord.
And I think it's a good topic, but from a man's perspective, to us, it's kind of pointless to be in one, because men get into relationships for access to more sex. So if a man is going into a relationship and his woman say, I'm gonna cut down the sex to once a week, it's like he's taking out the fun of the physical part. You know what I'm saying? And this is after the pre-dating. This is after dating. We're now in a relationship. We've gotten to know each other's likes, dislikes. You know my kids, I know yours.
Okay.
How do you feel from a woman's perspective? How do you feel about the sexless relationship?
I mean, I feel like sex is very important in a relationship, especially I understand men, they got to have their sex. And if they don't, they going to get it somewhere else. That's just the way that it is, real talk. No matter how you put it. I've been in several relationships, and that's how it is. You cut the sex off, and then guess what? Things start changing. They start smelling good or different. They start changing their habits. Like they give it's a dead giveaway, but I'm on the fence a little bit about it too, because a woman don't always got to just be, okay, just because we're in a relationship now, I got to give you sex all the time. You feel me? And
I agree with you.
If they're are they getting fulfilled, like they're fulfilling their man's needs when they're doing it? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors that go into that.
You made a good point, because I do agree with you to a point that some men do think this is a relationship, they're supposed to get sex all the time. We're all humans. You might not feel like it. You might be tired or going through something. I understand that, because that's your body. And it's your
Right.
right to say, no, I don't feel like that, and that's understandable.
Right.
But I think the point he was making when he said it is, like, the people that in relationships, the women that'll cut the sex down, I only want once a week. Because sex is always a woman's choice. So if the man say no, I want to have sex 3 times a week. If she says no only once, there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you go cheat. You know what I'm saying? So do you think it's fair for women to set boundaries like, I only want to do it once a week, but they're not thinking about their partner and how many times they partner with. Like, we got to find a common ground to where you're pleased and I'm pleased, but I want it at least a couple times a week. So we
And
got to
that's why
find.
everybody should just stay single.
Yeah, hey, because that way, listen, that way you ain't women. Listen, if you stay single, you ain't got to worry about how many times you got to do it with them because you ain't in a
Right?
relationship.
Sure
Hey,
don't.
stay single. But you know what? I, be honest, in 2022, you don't have to be in no relationship for sex, especially nowadays. You can get it 2, 3 times a week from the person without having a commitment. This ain't like the 70s and the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't
It's
understand people.
definitely not like the 70s and the 80s, and that's the reason why I will be staying single. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like the 70s and the 80s, just like you said. I mean,
Yeah.
I was born in 71, so
Okay.
I mean, relationships are different back then. You know, you guys discuss it, you have a relationship, and it's just different than it is today. It's so much different. Today,
It
it's not
is,
really.
and this is the thing. Also, with today's world, well, back then people got married quick. Like before 80s, 60, 50, 60, 70, they went on 2 dates and then they got married. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They didn't even really know each other.
And they
But
weathered the storm though, because that's the way that it was supposed to be. You go through thick and thin for
yeah,
real. Like people nowadays, they get married for the wedding. They get married for the gifts.
right,
They get married for the wrong reasons. And then 2, 3 months later, they're like, "Oop, I don't want to be married no more." You know what I'm saying? And you're like, you just made a vow. Like when I got married, I made a vow to God. Like I knew this is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. He didn't feel the
right.
same way, but I didn't know that at the time. But nowadays, nobody really, I think, takes that seriously. So I think single is the way to go.
And you know what? I'll be at least you're honest about it because this is the thing. Um, I always say if two people, whatever they decide to do, is their business, right? So,
Hmm.
say if me and you decide, you know what, we're gonna get married, or two people decide, I'm not really into marriage, we can be together. It's just I don't like all the paperwork. I always
Right.
say whatever those two people decide is their business. I never say these people are living together, not married. That's wrong because that's their situation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But what I will say is, I think when you do get married to somebody, you should live with them for a minimum of 2 years because you don't know anybody till you live with them.
That's true.
That's
That's
the biggest
true.
thing.
I
And I think
always
a
used to
lot.
tell my daddy that, and my dad
Mhm.
was real religious. Like, I mean, even when we were growing, you can't take your boyfriend home when you're older and let them spend the night with you. They sleeping on the couch. That's just not. But it's like it's totally different now, like than it was back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? The rules changed, and what happened was people stopped taking marriage seriously, and
Yeah,
they take sex more seriously than marriage.
yeah,
But I have to agree. This is the thing. Because you got to look. The marriage rate, the divorce rate is so high. Sometimes it's better just to mess around and just date than get married. Because all you're doing getting married to somebody is divorcing them, going to court, having to pay lawyer fees, court costs, and now all that
yeah,
could have been avoided just dating. You know what I'm saying? I've seen
yeah.
people together for 20 years and they get married and get divorced. Like, let's be honest. Anything you can do everything in a marriage in a relationship that you can do in a marriage. It's just the paperwork. So the way I look at it, if you're happy, just be happy. That's
Facts.
how I look
I
at it.
agree with you. I agree
But
with you
this
on that.
This sexless relationship, I have to let the ladies know, and I'm glad I got a lady on here. I have to be honest with the ladies. Listen, I understand that you're most all women, their power is in the sex. I understand when you cutting off your man is you're trying to put your foot down because you're trying to get your point across. I understand that, but you only can take the sex away so much from a man before he go get it somewhere else.
I have a
Now, if you
situation for you though that we could talk about
okay,
after you're done. After you're done.
okay, but I understand cutting men off because sometimes women you do have to cut men off sexually. You have to get your point across. But if it's especially if it's something serious, then yeah, I understand it. But every time you want your way, you start cutting it off, and it's a consistent pattern. He's just gonna go somewhere else and get it. So I just have to be
Yeah, I
real with
agree.
the ladies, you know. I just got to be real with the ladies, because I've been there to where I've been cut off just because she went her way. Okay, it's petty, but hey, if I cut off me putting gas in your car and paying the bills in here, you're not gonna be too happy, are you? Yeah, I'm just
I
being
mean,
honest.
no, I've done it before. I've done that before, but in my
Yeah.
younger years, I'm not going front. I have done that before, but I got a situation for you. Like for instance,
Okay.
and I'm keep it transparent 100. Like I'm 50 years old. I'll be 51 in July. I
Okay.
have a full hysterectomy, so I don't have any ovaries. I don't have nothing, right? So I don't
Right.
produce any estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, none of that. You feel me?
Okay.
So that's where the sex drive comes in. So what if I'm married and in a relationship, in a marriage, and I
Hmm.
have emergency surgery? I have to have a hysterectomy, and I don't have any of that, and all of a sudden I've got mood swings, hot flashes, and no
Yeah.
sex drive. What do you do with that situation? Is he gonna stick with you through it? Are you guys gonna go to a doctor and get hormone replacement therapy? Is he gonna understand the process? You know what I'm saying? Because there's instances like that too when men
Yeah.
will cheat, and that's not fair. You know what
No,
I'm
that's
saying?
not fair. And now with dealing stuff with something like that, um, he should understand that you don't have control over that. You're going through, things with your body, and when you have to go to the doctor and have surgery, if he's not understanding when to cheat in, then he's doesn't have respect for you, and I feel like that's wrong. Me personally,
Yeah.
because you can't help that situation. No, that's just selfish for him to go cheat if something's wrong with you. It's not that you're withholding it; something's wrong with your body, and you have to go to the doctor.
Right.
So no, I don't think. I think that if he does something, he's in the wrong. You should get rid of him because things happen. We're all human. You know what I'm saying? But no, there's some men
Yeah.
that the first day they found out, oh, they going to cheat. Some men just cheat to cheat. And I always tell
And that's
women this:
true. That's
don't
true.
think it's always you did something wrong. Some
Right.
men just can't keep their thing and they can't. They can't.
Yeah, you're
They have
right.
no self control.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't. And let me ask you this, okay?
Hmm.
Because on our podcast, Hit Show Podcast, we're on Facebook and YouTube. Last year, because we just started over a little bit over a year ago, we
Uh-huh.
always talk about relationships. Who controls what, right?
Yeah.
Men usually because women want a provider, a man that's going to be able to take care of them, right? A man
Right.
provides, and women want security, and men want sex. Women want security, men want sex, right? So this is
Right.
my thing, right? If I'm providing and keeping you secure, I'm supposed to get my sex, right?
Right.
But if a woman controls the sex and she says no, 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 is a man wrong for stop providing? Is he wrong if he stops providing?
I mean, is she a prostitute? I mean,
No, no, but a lot of women won't deal with a man, sleep with a man, or be in a relationship if he can't take care of her. So, but if I'm taking care of you, why am I not getting what I'm supposed to get?
yeah. I
It's,
mean, I mean that that's understandable, especially if
Right.
it was one way at one time and then it stopped. So the benefits didn't stop, but you stopped giving that. But what
Right.
about what about relationships where a man's not providing? Okay, which is in a
Oh,
lot of relationships. He stay
yeah.
with the girl, he drive her car while she's at work, and maybe she don't feel like giving him no booty because she tired, and he goes and cheats.
This is the thing about look. I'm gonna be honest with you with that situation because I get on the men about that all the time. They
Oh, I see it a
are,
lot with these youth.
and it gets me because it's the thing. Those women will complain and complain and complain about not having a good man. But when a good man approach him, they'll deny him for a man like the one you just explained to everybody. A man that drives your car, don't work, lives in your house, eat up all
And a
you
lot of
eat.
people got to go through that because I went through that. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
girls go through that where they're with a piece of crap dude and that's what they want. And they have a nice person on the side wanting to be with
right,
them. And they're like, no, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've all passed our blessing, from one time or
right.
two. And when you're older, you can look back and you're like, man, I was so dumb. You know what I'm saying? Wasted time with this person when I could have been with this person.
Okay. Yeah, no, no. You made a good example. Um, but the thing is, now, the guy, but this is the thing with the guy you explained, though. He is wrong for going to cheat. But this is the thing. Men like that are going to cheat. Men, let me tell you why. Men usually
Oh,
that,
I know.
men that ain't worth shit usually have the best sex. The women know that.
Hmm.
They're having sex to survive. They know if I give you this thing the right way, I'm going to be able to use your car, live in your house, eat up all your food. Am I right or wrong? No. Come on now. Let's keep it
Yeah, the
real.
power of yeah, man, that D. Big, yeah.
Yeah. So if
I
he
mean, yeah. I've been there, done that too. Fact.
see, yeah. So we all have a choice. But if you're getting cheated on by this man that's good in bed, you know he's gonna when he drop you off work, he's probably going over another female house. Or while you're at work, he got another female in your house. And that's the type of man you want to deal with. That's your accountability for dealing with. Not
Yeah,
saying
that's
it's right.
true. All
I'm not
day.
saying it's
Yeah.
right. But that's a good scenario. You know what I'm saying? But to get back to
Mhm.
the sexless relationship, this is what I got to ask you, right?
Okay.
Usually this happens. The sexual, the less sex in a relationship usually happens when people get married. Because once you sign that paper, men, she got you, right? Once you sign that paper, she can be like, you know what, I'm only want to do it once a month, and there's nothing you can do about it. Usually in the marriages is when this happens, and there's nothing you can do.
I was in a
That's what.
marriage.
Oh yeah, how long were you married?
Um, Not even 3 years.
Okay, just didn't work.
And this was someone that I dated in high school, and we reconnected many years later after our kids were
Okay,
grown and everything. So
gotcha.
big mistake. But and yeah, I thought we had two totally different ideas of marriage, obviously.
Gotcha. Yeah, but you learn and you grow.
Mm-hmm.
So I was married
Exactly.
once, not for long, but I jumped into it, and not blaming her because it was both our fault, and I
Right.
gonna take my own accountability because I wasn't ready. So I think a lot of times what happens with people, they get married. One person, usually the man, when men get married, they're really in love. Let me say that. Especially if men are getting married in today's world, knowing that if this don't work, there's a chance I can lose half of everything. So when men
Yeah.
do get married, men really do love that woman. Men get
Yeah.
married for love. Men are not getting married. Me, I probably won't get married again. Especially knowing I can lose half of everything I'm
Same.
gonna have in the
I
next
will
10 years.
not get married again.
So,
Yeah.
ladies, just so you know, when men do marry you nowadays, they really love you. I'm just being honest. They're not marrying you just to marry you. But I just feel like the way it's set up, it's like a no-win situation because if you're married, depending on the state, for say 3 years, you get 1 year alimony, right? And this works for both men and women. So let's say the guy that you were just talking about doesn't have a job. He drives a car, eats of all her food, and because he's so good with her sexually, they get married. Say they married for 10 years. He doesn't get a job. He doesn't help with bills. They get divorced, and they see he ain't worked in 10 years. He can get alimony because she's the breadwinner. And that's terrible.
Yeah.
That happened to Mary J. Blige. Her ex-husband, I think he ended up winning. I'm not 100% sure. But when last time I seen it, he was trying to get alimony. I'm like, that's weak for a man to take a woman's money. To me, that's weak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're a grown-ass man taking money from a woman. To me, that's weak. That's just my perspective as a man. But it happens to women, too, to where this man ain't worked, and now he's a grown-ass man can still sit on his ass and collect money off you. That don't make sense to me.
Yeah. And where I'm from in Colorado, it's a no-fault state, so he cheated, but there's nothing I could do about it, so whatever.
It's a no-fault state? I'm not too familiar about this, so that means if they mess around.
So that means that whatever he does, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't make him, can't get him in trouble, unless, of course, he's in the armed forces now. If you're in the military, you got to deal with the military because they frown deeply upon that. But but yeah, in Colorado, if you're like, all right, he cheated on me, so he has to pay me this or pay me that. Like it ain't gonna work in Colorado.
You know what? So how many? I don't know. How many no-fault states are there? Are there a lot of those?
I don't know that answer. I'm not sure. Okay. I know Colorado's one of them though.
You know what? I'm gonna look that up because me and you are gonna do some more podcasts. But I think Vegas. I was talking to somebody. This guy I was working with. He was living in Las Vegas, and he caught his woman cheating. I think was it Vegas? It was somewhere out west, and he was telling me about. I think
Vegas is a no-fault state too, though.
Okay, I think it was out in Vegas, but he was telling me how his wife was cheating and they got divorced. And even though she cheated, he still had to pay her alimony. I'm like, well, shouldn't they have some type of rules for all states? Well, if the other person, is out messing around, male or female, then that alimony should be void. Because
it should be. Yep. It's not fair.
You took a vow and you giving your body to somebody else, and then I have to pay you for messing with somebody else. People will go crazy over that. I know I will. I gotta pay you half my money, and you mess with somebody, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's just unreal, So I think they really need to change these laws for people when they get married. And I'll be honest, I said this. I want your take on this because you say you'd never get married again. If they got rid of alimony, how many women would get married if they got rid of alimony?
I don't even have alimony for my marriage, so alimony means nothing to me. Yeah.
Well, you were married for 3 years, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, there's no alimony happening because he messed my credit up. It was a lot of my money going on and my family's money. Come to find out, Yeah, so there's no money I'm getting, and I don't know. I think alimony. A lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't even have the money to fight for it. You know what I'm saying?
It should be circumstantial because if he messed your money and your credit up and you have proof, he should have to pay you back. That's not right.
I agree with you 100%. There's nothing I can do about it. Yep. I can civilly fight him. Mm-hmm.
So that's people out here just legally scamming people.
It's all over the place. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He didn't divorce me or anything. I had to do all that. So
you had to pay a lawyer.
So he carried on. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, yeah. I wasn't his first wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't his first wife, and I knew I wasn't his first wife, but I didn't know I was his fourth wife.
Oh, so he's a scammer for real.
Yeah,
He's
and
a
I found
legal.
out from the third wife after I was already the fourth wife. So yeah, it
Oh,
was.
so
But
they need to throw his ass in
because
jail.
I vow what's the word? Not vow, but because I believed in marriage and I said, okay, this was my husband. We said it in front of God. I was willing to work things out with him, even though he failed to disclose that important information to me. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? Um,
man.
but yeah, it just got worse, and he's a impulsive cheater, basically, and all the wives will tell you that.
Well, that's because that cheating is in his system, right?
Hmm.
Until he can get it out of his system, he's gonna be a cheater. And it had nothing to do with you. That's just how he is.
Right, had
You
nothing
know.
to do with me. You're right.
Wow. I,
Even though that's way off topic of your situation with alimony, your question with the alimony,
yeah.
you kind of went way left field there.
The alimony should be void if people are messing up your finances, credit. I mean, I got proof this person is messing me up financially, and then you want me to pay them?
Hmm.
Like, these laws got to change.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It
Just
makes
like
no
if
sense.
someone's staying in your house and you're just letting them stay there, they're not on the lease, there's no contract, it's your
Exactly.
friend. They're out on their luck. Okay, you let them lay on your couch for a little while. Um, and for whatever reason, they don't want to leave. And you
Right.
can't put them out. You can't just say, get out. If they have a toothbrush at your house, that's all they need to have. It's happened to me before, letting a friend stay at a house.
Yeah.
And then what do? You know what I'm saying? You're stuck, you have to evict them. And that's not fair. But that's how it is.
Right. But you know what? The laws are so twisted. That had happened. We had a friend staying with me, and we got into it. I said, "You got to leave." Um, and the laws they come up with, oh, they got a toothbrush. I said, listen, I don't give a damn what they got. This is my place. I pay all the bills. Either you put them out or I'm putting them out. You're not gonna live in my house, disrespect me, and when I tell you to leave, you're not gonna leave. Either you come get them or I'm putting them out. I don't play by other people's rules when it comes to my stuff. I play by my rules because it's disrespectful
Me
to live
too.
in
And I
somebody
got
else's
put
house.
out with
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's terrible
The
because
laws are crazy. It's
yeah,
like
they
squatters have rights. It's crazy.
you know what? And I have to also talk about this. A lot of things they need to revise the laws. The number one thing that gets me right now, right? Freedom of speech. They need to revise that because they say, "Oh, you're free to speak." As soon as we go on a podcast and speak our mind about an issue, first thing they want to do is take your video down. Then they want to say, okay, if you do another video like that, we're deleting your account. Where's my freedom of speech?
Hmm.
So I can't even
Does that
speak to
happen to you a
how.
lot? This is my first time
Oh
being online,
yeah,
so
oh
yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, they get me.
Because I
Oh
mean, when
yeah,
you really don't get any rules, I'm like looking on
right.
Google today, just trying to find rules and guidelines because when I'm just watching people's lives, they're just like, be careful with this, be careful with that. But I'm like, where does it say you can't do this and you can't do that? The stuff that I see in the middle of the night when I wake up with the baby on
Exactly,
TikTok Live,
exactly.
it's like
But
OnlyFans at night.
right, but then you can't speak your mind. They let they let minors be on here half naked. They let minors post guns. But we get on here speaking the truth. They want to shut us down. But let's get back to the topic, and I don't want to get too off subject
Yeah.
with this sexless relationships. I believe in sexless relationships if we're getting to know each other. I don't have a problem if we're not even dating, like the pre-dating stage. First date,
Right.
we're going to dinner. We might go to a comedy show. We're building chemistry and a rapport. There's nothing wrong with not having sex to get to know this person. You might not
Yeah.
want to, so that's why it's important to get to know this person because you might say, you know what? me and you probably ain't gonna work that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think, well, with the older generation do this too. The younger generation, they just hop in the bed. You know, and we all do it every now and then. You know, because sometimes you just sexually attracted to somebody physically, and it happens. We all human. But this part, the sexless relationship, when it's being cut down, ruins the relationship more than women think. Because once women usually start doing that, they're gonna do it when they feel like, I'm just gonna cut it down because I feel like cutting it down, or I'm not getting what I want. Or it could be that man that they married, their relationship can't please them how they used to be pleased. That could be one too, though.
Yeah.
That could be it. He might
Because
not be able to,
why would a
you
nice,
know.
healthy relationship all of a sudden someone stop giving sex? There's a reason. Either someone's not pleasing somebody
Yeah,
or something changed. And sometimes when it's something that changed, it's because the other person is cheating.
yeah, yeah. Could
And
be,
sometimes it
but
doesn't
hey,
take not getting sex for them to cheat, but sometimes
yeah,
the sex just is whack. You know what I'm saying? You're tired of the same old sex with the same old person. That's what some people just get tired of that, so they go cheat. So, I mean, I'd be surprised sometimes when I see a couple and you think they're going to be together for so long, and then you find out down the line that the dude cheated or whatever not. And it's like they were so happy together, you can't figure it out. But it doesn't take happiness. It can happen to the happiest of people. I mean,
right.
when when someone doesn't want to, when someone wants to have sex with someone else, or they don't want to have sex with someone, that's just the way it is. Nobody can change somebody. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what I believe, and then I'm gonna get off here. I got to be honest. Usually, the relationships that last longer are because of sex, because the sex is good.
Yeah,
Like, there's two people who really can't get along, but the only thing is holding on to that relationship is sex.
yeah,
Good sex will
you're
keep the
right.
relationship going. Bad sex, I'm gonna be honest, and the women they're gonna get mad at me, but women are not going to keep accepting bad sex from a man. They're only gonna they'll find a reason to break up with you and not even tell you what to say. They're not women don't accept that. Am I right? Am I lying though? They're not gonna accept that
That, I
too long.
mean, it just depends. Like, if they have something, then they'll accept something. So you know what I'm saying? It's like
So they
you
got a
you
side
you
piece
got your pros and
because
cons. So everybody don't have everything. So
yeah, that's a good one because you might have bad sex, but the dude that know what he's doing, she's getting that on the side and just keep you around because you good at something else. So, but I got to get off here. I followed you, and we got to definitely do another podcast.
I'm down. All right.
I appreciate you so much. Thank
All
you.
right. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.